You've been lied to, not by a scammer, not by a con artist, by every finance content creator who told you to think more like the Japanese. And look, those habits are real. They work in Japan. But here's what nobody tells you. Japan's savings rate in 2024? 17%. America's savings rate in 2024? 3.6%. That's not a mindset gap. That's a structural gap. And copying someone else's habits inside a completely different system doesn't fix the system. It just makes you feel productive while staying broke. I'm going to show you exactly where these habits break down. And I'm going to show you what actually works instead. But first, let me show you why millions of people are following the wrong map. Here's the popular narrative. Japan is disciplined, minimalist, intentional. America is loud, impulsive, always broke. So the solution is obvious, right? Think Japanese. Except, the average Japanese worker earns less than the average American. Their housing costs are crushing in cities like Tokyo. Their youth unemployment is rising fast. Their debt-to-GDP ratio is the highest of any developed nation on Earth. Japan is not the paradise of financial wisdom we've been sold. It's a country with its own deeply specific problems and habits that evolved to solve those problems, not yours. So today, we're going to do something different. We're going to take 3 of the most popular Japanese money habits, examine exactly where they work and exactly where they break, and then build something that actually applies to your reality. Kakeibo. If you've watched any finance content in the last 3 years, you've heard about it. Write down every purchase by hand, 4 categories, monthly review. Become aware, spend less. And honestly, it works. Studies show that writing expenses by hand reduces spending by 15 to 20%. That part is real. That part is legitimate. But here is what every Kakeibo video conveniently skips. Kakeibo was created in 1904. Japan in 1904 had no credit system, no buy now, pay later, no algorithmic advertising, no one-click purchase designed by a team of behavioral economists to break your willpower. Kakeibo was built for a cash economy with limited options. You are living in an economy designed specifically to make you spend without thinking. Awareness alone doesn't fix a system rigged against awareness. It's like bringing a candle into a hurricane. Noble, but not enough. Here's where Kakeibo breaks for Americans specifically. The United States hit $1.14 trillion in consumer credit card debt in 2024, a record. 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, despite a median income that should, on paper, allow savings. The problem isn't awareness, the problem is structural. Rent up 30% in 5 years, wages up 12%. Healthcare costs nobody in Japan faces. Student loan debt that doesn't exist the same way anywhere else. Writing it down doesn't fix the math when the math is broken by design. So what actually works instead? Not a daily journal. A quarterly audit. Once every 3 months, spend 2 hours mapping your recurring systems. Not every coffee, not every lunch. Your subscriptions, your fixed contracts, your automatic charges. That's where money leaks in silence every single month without a single conscious decision. That's where the real leverage is. Kaizen. 1% better every day. Compound improvement. Tiny habits. Atomic results. You've heard this 1,000 times. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Kaizen was not invented to make individuals rich. It was developed for manufacturing efficiency. Toyota, factories, assembly lines, not your savings account. When Kaizen was applied at Toyota, they had the entire system, management, culture, and resources aligned behind it. When Kaizen is applied to your personal finances, you're one individual trying to improve by 1% inside a system that inflates 8% yearly. 1% better daily sounds powerful, until rent goes up $300 a month, until healthcare adds another $150, until your student loan payment is $400 a month for a degree that hasn't paid off. You can optimize and Kaizen all you want, but optimizing a sinking boat doesn't stop it from sinking. At some point, you have to patch the hole. The 37 times better math works in a vacuum, not in an economy designed to extract value from every 1% you gain. So where does Kaizen actually work? Here. Spend 15 minutes a day building one sellable skill, not cutting your coffee budget. Building a skill. Freelance, side income, salary negotiation. America is one of the few systems where income is genuinely extensible. That ceiling can move. Use that. Because in Japan, you optimize within a stable, relatively flat income system. In America, the game is not compression, it's expansion. Spend less on what doesn't matter, earn more on what does. That's Kaizen, American version. This is the one I want you to think about carefully because it sounds beautiful and it hides something dangerous. Wabi-Sabi. Find beauty in imperfection. Your scratched table has character. Your old car has charm. What you have is enough. And Shoganai, it cannot be helped. Accept what you cannot control. Release the comparison. Build in silence. Powerful, genuinely. I'm not dismissing this, but here's the question nobody asks. Who benefits when you accept your circumstances? Wabi-Sabi evolved in a society with rigid social structures, a society where your economic position was largely predetermined, where social mobility was low, where collective harmony mattered more than individual advancement. In that context, accepting imperfection and releasing comparison is psychologically healthy, because fighting the system changes nothing. But America was literally built on social mobility, on the idea that where you start does not determine where you finish. That is the contract. When you apply Shoganai in a system that's supposed to be changeable, you stop pushing, and the system wins. A Gallup study from 2023 found that 45% of Americans believe their financial situation is outside their control. Almost half. That's not a Shoganai problem. That's a learned helplessness problem. And learned helplessness is exactly what keeps people poor. The difference is critical. Accept what you genuinely cannot change. Your past, your starting point, yesterday's mistakes. Shoganai there, completely valid. But accept your income ceiling because it's uncomfortable to negotiate. Shoganai your housing options because the market feels overwhelming? Shoganai the system that's actively designed to extract from you. That's not wisdom. That's surrender dressed up as philosophy. So here's the real framework. Shoganai on your past, radical acceptance. Shoganai on your future, fatal acceptance. Wabi-Sabi on material things, liberating. Wabi-Sabi on your potential, dangerous. Contentment is a virtue for objects. Ambition remains a necessity for systems. Confuse the two and you lose. Remember that gap I showed you at the very beginning? Japan 17%, America 3.6%? Here's what that gap is actually made of. In Japan, national health care is covered. Education costs are a fraction of what they are here. Housing in most cities outside Tokyo is manageable. The safety net exists before you need to build one. In America, you are your own safety net, which means the game isn't just about mindset. It's about building the right systems for the right battlefield. So here is what actually works. 3 principles built for the American system. First, the quarterly systems audit. Forget a daily journal. 4 times a year, spend 2 hours finding every automatic money leak. That's where the thousands are hiding. Second, Kaizen on income, not expenses. 15 minutes a day on one sellable skill. Freelance, side income, negotiation. Expand the ceiling, don't just compress what's underneath it. Third, targeted Shoganai, maintained ambition. Radical acceptance of your past, zero acceptance of your ceiling, contentment on things, drive on potential. Always. These aren't Japanese habits. They're not American habits either. They're principles built for your specific financial battlefield. Because the map matters. And the wrong map, no matter how beautiful it looks, leads you somewhere you never wanted to go. You weren't lied to about Japan. You were lied to about the transfer. The habits are real. The wisdom is real. But wisdom without context is just aesthetics. It looks good, it feels meaningful, and it quietly fails you. The most dangerous financial advice isn't the scam you can spot. It's the beautiful philosophy that leads you in the wrong direction, slowly, peacefully, while you feel like you're doing everything right. So here's what I want you to do right now. Not 9 habits, not a complete overhaul. One question. What is the biggest structural leak in your financial system today? Not your mindset, not your habits, your system. Answer that first. Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to know which American financial habit is doing more damage than any Japanese one, that's the next video. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it's the most important one I've made. See you there.